Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics. Let's go ahead and get into this. First, I want to start out with some pickups that I picked up this week. First, as you can see, is Saga issue 32 or 33, chapter 33. Haven't read this again. This is a title that my wife is currently picking up, but after listening to, do want to give a quick shout out to Sleepy Reader 666. I don't really know if he watches any of my videos, but he had a video with another long box review guy, and they were talking about why people don't discuss ongoing issues. We're always quick to discuss the number ones and the reboots and the newest stuff, and I thought it was a very, very good point. So throughout that conversation between he and his host, I decided, I'm not reading Saga, so I'm going to start reading it. I have the first two trades. And he, along with everybody else, says it's a very solid book. It's consistent. It's always good. So I'm definitely going to jump on board and start reading Saga just so I can kind of be in sync with the rest of the comic book community. So I have that. This week I also picked up Savage Dragon 211. Now, something funny about this because I actually removed this off of my pull list. The artwork I don't think is very good anymore by Eric Larson. The price is too high, and there's only about 20 pages in his regular monthly issues. So, but I got caught up with all my Savage Dragon, got all caught up to issue 210 that I read last week, and it was actually really good. So, even after I took it off my pull list, I was like, I saw it there. They had actually one issue left, so I went ahead and picked it up. And this one is just as good. I already read this. It's, what can I say? Savage Dragon. I'm going to tell some spoilers about the comic book, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, just kind of fast forward maybe a minute or so. But anyways, Savage Dragon basically had like a a foursome with him, his stepsister, his girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend, and he ended up getting like all of them pregnant. The interesting part with this story was that I forget the female Savage Dragon. She's kind of giving her Malcolm Dragon. I'm sorry, she's kind of giving Malcolm Dragon some information about their species, their race, or whatever. And she says that once, right at conception, the children are basically immortal, and which means that right at conception you can have an abortion, but the child is still going to grow. And Malcolm Dragon's stepsister, who he had slept with, got her pregnant. She actually had an abortion like an issue or like a couple, 2 or 3 issues ago, and the baby still developed. Well, Malcolm also got his ex-girlfriend Tiara pregnant, and Malcolm Dragon told her, look, you need to get rid of it because you're human, and once these babies birth, it's kind of like aliens. They just burst their way out of your stomach, and the carrier ends up dying. So Tiara ignored it, and I think a couple 2 or 3 issues ago, she's just on a subway. It was a very kind of a dark and very crazy panel. She was on the subway and just sitting by herself, and this was right after Malcolm and his girlfriend got married, and you can just tell she's kind of upset and depressed and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, she just starts to, you could just see this little hand come through her stomach, and the baby's born, and it kills her, and it's like dragging her with his umbilical cord, and so it's just, Eric Larson, man. I'm like, dude, are you like, you just like on an alien binge or something? I don't know, but it was very, very interesting. So I've kept this up. The story's been interesting enough for me to continue. So, and then this issue, it's really good. Definitely a good read. So I would actually recommend it if anybody's interested. It's crazy. All right, now I also picked up TMNT issue 54. I'm about 4 issues behind. I think I stopped at 50, so I'm going to probably get caught up this week. But I'm not too thrilled about the current artist. Matteo Santaluco is not drawing. He hasn't drawn since issue 50, and I don't know why. Now, really hate to say this, but the story would have to be mind-blowing for me to continue, because I buy comic books mostly because of the artwork. And if the story does not blow my socks off, I may have to just kind of stop with TMNT, at least until, you know, a really good artist comes on board, because I just, it's $4.99. I'm just not sure. I'm not 100% sure if that's the route that I'm going to take, but hey, Mateus Santaluco, Kevin Eastman, hey, y'all need to work something out and bring this man back on board, because in my opinion, he's by far the best Turtles artist out there. Next, I picked up Venom Space Knight issue number 3. The artist is, what's his name? Ariel Olivetti. His artwork is amazing. It's more like paints, color paints, stuff like that. This story, it's simple, it's fun. I enjoyed it. I really wish that comic books would kind of go back to the 1-issue, 2-issue stories instead of trying to turn every issue into this event. It's hard to keep up unless you want to just buy a whole bunch of titles. I'm not really into that. I actually really enjoyed the simple story. This one is very simple. The artwork, as I said, is beautiful. I enjoy Flash Thompson's cockiness a little bit. In this story, he ends up going to a planet. He hears these voices in his head, and I think that they come from his symbiote, the Clintar, or I can't remember. I can't remember where he hears these voices, but he hears these voices, and they're kind of like I guess the Force, if you want to think of the Force, with Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of telling him some things, and so he kind of gets these thoughts or these assignments and these suggestions of where he needs to go and what he needs to do, and he ends up going to a planet which is made entirely of like volcanic lava, and he can't bring the symbiote with him because the symbiote is its weaknesses are fire and sound, so he can't really bring that on board, and he ends up using this suit that his robot sidekick suggests that he use, and he uses it, but the suit can only withstand the atmosphere and the volcanic lava and elements of the planet for like 30 minutes. And so he literally has like 30 minutes to do what he needs to do. And he ends up doing it. And what happens is there's some kind of device which was placed into the main volcano of the planet or something like that. And it was causing, I think, massive eruptions. And so he had to basically destroy that device and still get back to his ship. And he ends up doing that with the help of one of the alien natives. And it was a pretty solid story. I really wish that it would be at least 22 pages or so, or at least a $2.99 comic book, because I don't think it deserves the $3.99 price tag. But I enjoy Olivetti's artwork, so I'm gonna probably continue to pick this up. I think I did add it to my pull list. As you guys know, Venom is one of my most favorite comic book characters, so yeah. Also, one thing I actually did forget to mention was on the Savage Dragon, even though it was a $3.99 price tag, this issue was actually 26 pages, so not really much to complain. If I was to give this a grade, or a rating, I would probably put it at like a 4.5, and it doesn't get a perfect 5 because of Eric Larson's artwork. But 26 pages, much better than what the big two are doing right now. All right, so now on to some pickups that I've gotten over the past year and a half or so. Oh, also, how do y'all like my little apocalypse? If you go back to my videos like a couple years ago when I picked this up, I'm like, you know, he's just in his box. Like, I don't really do anything with him, and I need to put some stuff in the background, so I decided to kind of put him on display. I think I had to clean him up a little bit, but I think he's pretty cool looking. Very, very fitting for the time right now with the X-Men Apocalypse getting ready to come out. This is just a Superman DVD that I picked up from my comic book shop during the Black Friday sale that they had a while back. This is the entire volume 2 of Superman the animated series. Now, as you can tell, it has the same artist that did Batman the animated series. It looks like it's brand new. It doesn't look like it was ever watched. I watched a couple of episodes. It really isn't that bad. I don't like the fact that it's the standard definition, so you don't have that widescreen, but it's still fun nonetheless. And I think I got this for like $2.50. They had a whole bunch of DVDs that they were just selling, and you guys know DVDs nowadays they're not worth no more than like $4 or $5. So I picked that up. Very pleased with it. I also have some other DVDs that I think I'll show, but $2.50, you really can't beat it. All right, next I've showed this before, Marvel graphic novel number 4, the very first appearance of the New Mutants. The reason why I'm showing it again is because, as you can see at the top, I got Bob McLeod to sign it, and it's a very beautiful gold ink, and I was really happy that he signed this. This is in a pretty high grade. This is anywhere from VF to near mint, and my subjective opinion, I guess, I would honestly give this anywhere from like a 9.2 to 9.4 type of grade. It's really it's in really good shape. I haven't really opened it wide. I don't want to it's nice and tight, and I want to read it, but I'm not sure if I will. This was just a investment purchase, especially since the announcement of a New Mutants movie will be coming out. So I was really glad to have this. Next, I got this at a convention. I got Long Shot issue number 1. If I'm not mistaken, this is the very first appearance. The very first appearance of Long Shot. Very glad to have this. I got this from a dealer. Now, this dealer was awesome. He had boxes upon boxes of long boxes, and every single one of his comic books were all in Mylar and acid-free back boards. Couldn't believe it. The man knew how to take care of comic books. This one is in a pretty high grade. I think this is at least like a 9.6. Very high grade comic book. Very glad to have this as well. Next, I picked up issue number 3. Now, I think that this is the first appearance of Spiral. I'm really not sure, but that 6-issue miniseries of Long Shot, you have a lot of first appearances. You have the first appearance of Mojo, you have the first appearance of Spiral, and you also have the first appearance of Long Shot, and there may be one or two more. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely good titles to pick up. Now, I know these characters are not big time right now in the X-Men universe, but any collector who just enjoyed these Copper Age books back in the 80s definitely should pick them up, because you just never know when a movie announcement will be made, and then all of a sudden these are going to be worth quite a bit, and everybody's going to be trying to snatch them up. But I say snatch them up for the story anyways. And then this is number 4. I'll show you guys real quick. And I got all these at the same convention. Actually, 3 and 4 I think I got at a one vendor, and then the issue number 1 was at the other, because obviously the issue number 1 is in Mylar, so I grabbed these. Okay, let me go with these. I got Marvel Milestone, Fantastic Four issue number 1, a reprint. I actually like these. I like these a lot. The Marvel Milestones. You have the same ads. It's basically the same printing of the exact issue from 40, 50 years ago. Really enjoy these. Got these because I want to read them, and they're much better to read than going out and spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on the originals. So definitely pick these up. Plus, these are in really high grade. They're like VF to near mint, very high grade comics. And I picked up Iron Fist number 14, Marvel Milestone. Again, I don't have the money or the means right now to get the original, so I went ahead and picked this up. And I think I got all these Marvel Milestones for like $1 or $2. So much better, in my opinion, if you just want to read the original stories versus going out and spending a whole lot of money. First, Sabretooth, by the way, as if you don't know. And the final Marvel milestone I picked up was the Incredible Hulk #1. First appearance of the Incredible Hulk, Grey Hulk. Snatched that up. Very happy to have it. All right, and I picked up the Incredible Hulk issue 270. This is the first mention of Rocket Raccoon in continuity. This is not even a cameo. The next one is his first appearance within continuity / second full appearance. So my comic book shop had this for like $5. Went ahead and snatched it up. Next, skip 271 on to 272. This is actually like the second appearance of Rocket Raccoon within continuity. Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. I'm in an apartment complex and I have movers moving in across the street, but it's a beautiful day and I have my windows open here in Houston. I think it's like 80 degrees, so just gorgeous day today. But I went ahead and picked this up. Second full appearance, I guess, of Rocket Raccoon within continuity. Next, I picked up this right here, Incredible Hulk 377. I think a lot of people know what this is. One of the reasons why I'm showing this is because I actually got one of the rare third printings at the Black Friday sale that my comic book shop had about 1.5 years ago, and I got it for 50 cents. I couldn't believe it. Like, nobody really knows what it is. It's kind of funny because people are looking for, like, once the movie announcements come out, they look for these key issues of these movies that are coming out. And it's like, you guys are paying retail at their peak highest market value, and you're buying them for an investment thinking that they're going to be worth something in the future, but you're paying for them at peak market value. And then once the movie goes away, the value goes down. So you pretty much pay top dollar of what a lot of these books will possibly be worth at the most, thinking that you're going to invest, and you're not really doing it. You're peaking the market value out, and then it's just going to go down from there unless all of a sudden the movies continue to be very, very successful, or the books that you get become more and more rare. And a lot of these 80s and 90s books, they printed off hundreds of thousands and in some cases millions of them. So it would be like 50 years before they would even start to increase in value as far as the rarity of them. So, you know, it's just funny how the whole speculator market, all that stuff works. It just, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, so I was really happy to get the third printing. I sold it on eBay for I got it for 50 cents, sold it on eBay for like $180. So I was very, very pleased with that. I did not want to sell it, but as I explained on my couple videos ago, we were going through some financial challenges, and we just needed the money, and I couldn't hoard all this stuff. I had to start selling off some of it, but I went and picked this up. Don't really know why this is such an iconic issue. I don't know if it's because of the third printing. I also heard that this is kind of a new starting point for the Incredible Hulk. I read this; it was okay. So I don't know. The artwork is pretty good, at least on the cover. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me. I've never really been an Incredible Hulk fan, except for issues like this with the McFarlane run. I don't know. Just never have been. But anyways, I picked up this Incredible Hulk issue 330, very first Todd McFarlane artwork within the Incredible Hulk, or this is actually described as the start of McFarlane's ongoing comic book run, and then as we know, he goes on into Spider-Man. But this is a very high grade. This is probably like a 9.4. Very nice to have. And next, I picked up this, guys. Let me set it down right here because I know that I don't. Well, I'll just show the grade real quick. It's the Coyote number 11, 9.2 CGC slab. got this at a convention that my comic book shop actually had at their booth, and I was walking out on a Sunday, and I picked this up, and I got this for $25. Again, people are always looking for like these key high grade issues, and I knew what this was. I went ahead and grabbed it. I couldn't believe it for $25. That's about what it costs to get it slabbed, if not more. Now, the funny thing about this book is, and I'll show you the other one I have. I actually bought this one much earlier. Here, so I have another one. This one I got for like less than like $12, like 10 or 12 bucks on eBay like a year ago. Funny thing about this book though is this book is steadily climbing in price. I can't believe how much this book costs now on eBay. A raw copy, if it's a near mint copy, I saw one go for like $50 shipping included on eBay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So people are starting to know what this is, and there's one guy on eBay that has a 9.2 slab. It's going for like I think $150, but it's a buy it now. He just has it for $150. I'm like, dude, there's no way somebody's gonna pay that much for it. So I'm going to probably keep this for quite a while. The other one that I have, this is probably about a 9.2 as well. It's got a pretty bad bend on the back cover, like a crimping. But anyways, I have two of them, and $35 for both of these. So thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I do really appreciate it, and I enjoy doing this. Don't forget to keep God first in your life. Enjoy your comic books, and God bless you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.